Hey, crochet business owners. Have you ever found yourself feeling frustrated and lost in your crochet business and resorting to going into Facebook groups full of random strangers and asking questions like, what would you charge for this? Or what are the most popular designs for this season? Or what are the trending items selling at craft fairs? If so, you're not alone. But also, the hard truth is that these types of questions may be actually sabotaging your growth as a business owner. And I want to talk to you about what to do instead and how to ask CEO level questions in your business so that you can make more money, more sales, more profits, and grow your business to be the business that you want it to be. If you're ready, well, let's dive in. So, welcome to Crochet Business Chat. My name is Pam Grice, a crochetpreneur. I am on a mission to help 100,000 makers build financial freedom through crochet. If you're a crochet business owner or a knitter or a maker of some other sort and you're interested in learning how to make money with your handmade business or your design business, welcome. I'm happy to have you here. We are going to be chatting today about asking better questions. I don't know if you've ever heard the saying that the quality of your life depends on the quality of the questions that you ask. I don't know who first said that, but it is a popular saying in the realm of business coaching because the same applies to business as it applies to life. The quality of your business depends on the quality of the questions that you ask. And too often we're asking unhelpful questions that get us unhelpful solutions. And that's no good. So let's talk about doing something different. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Let's do it this way so you can see it as big as possible. And we're going to be talking about unhelpful questions. And I'm trying to find the window that I want to look at. There I go. Okay, so unhelpful questions crochet business owners ask and what to do instead. So again, welcome back to Crochet Business Chat. Today we're digging into a fun but really important topic, the top unhelpful questions crochet business owners ask. These are the kind of questions I see popping up in Facebook groups, in my DMs, and maybe even ones you've asked yourself. I don't want you to be worried. I've asked some of these too. You're not alone. But here's the thing. If we want to grow as true CEOs of our crochet business, we need to learn how to ask better questions. And that's exactly what we're going to do today. So what makes a bad question? What makes a question bad? So when I say unhelpful questions, I don't mean a dumb question or a question you should be ashamed to ask. I mean questions that don't actually move your business forward. So these questions can send you chasing your tail, wasting time, or even hurting your business. A better question is one that gives you clarity, direction, and ownership of your business. So a lot of time, these unhelpful questions focus on opinions instead of data. What would you pay for this, right? Random stranger that I don't know. It relinquishes your agency as a business owner. It gives up your power to a stranger or someone who doesn't know your business to help you make decisions that may or may not help. And oftentimes, when you're asking in Facebook groups, those Facebook groups are full of people who are also struggling or people who are there to ensure that other people don't end up better than they did, right? So they say you can't build shop on Etsy. People don't want to pay for handmade stuff. You are pricing your stuff too high. Or you're pricing your stuff too low when they don't even know your business model, right? So all of this input from people who don't know the behind the scenes of your business gives up your power to people who have no invested interest in your business. So these types of questions also chase quick fixes instead of long-term strategies. And oftentimes we end up copying what other people are doing instead of building our own business. So all of these are going to keep your business stuck and keep you struggling and not making the profits that you want. So let's talk about specifically, I did mention some of these questions, but I'm going to specifically dive into 3 and talk about some other unhelpful questions, and then we're going to talk about what to do instead. So first, unhelpful question number 1. This is the number one question that I hear people asking in Facebook groups, asking strangers on the internet what they would charge or what they'd pay. This doesn't tell you what you should charge. You should charge your costs, your time. Your goals are unique, and you need to develop a pricing strategy that meets your goals, not the goals that other people have for their businesses. So your market is unique, your brand is unique, and so your pricing strategy will be unique to you. So it's okay to start with a formula, but then tweak it to fit exactly you, your audience, and what the market can bear. Okay, so asking how much would you charge for this relies on other people's market, not yours. And it disempowers yourself. So every time you ask questions like that, you're saying, I don't trust myself as a business owner. I don't trust my ability to do market research or to understand how much I need to charge in order to make a profit. So I'm going to just relinquish that and let someone else make the decision for me. And honestly, it's like shooting in the dark. And when you shoot in the dark, you're not going to hit the target, right? So you're not going to build the business that you want to build. So what to ask instead that might be more helpful is, instead of focusing on asking random people, focus on developing a pricing strategy that ensures you're actually making a profit and building a sustainable business. So include some market research, analyzing your audience and what they're actually paying for similar items, and then maybe price on the upper middle end of that spectrum if that fits your business model. So a better question would be, what's the best pricing strategy for my products that ensures profit and sustainability? You need to know how much it costs you to make your items so that you can pay yourself and make a profit for your business and not work yourself into the ground making no money. Okay, making enough money to buy yarn is not a business model. All right, unhelpful question number 2 is, what are the most popular items to sell? And likewise, what are the most popular items to design this season? This question can keep you stuck in a sort of popularity contest. Honestly, just because a bumblebee or a chicken went viral doesn't mean it's a right fit for your business, right? So just because someone else is selling something and it's popular doesn't mean it will be popular with your audience, and it doesn't mean it will fit your brand. So I chose a picture of this woman in a crochet bathing suit. Just because this might be that seller's most popular item doesn't mean that you should sell it as well, because maybe that's not your business model, maybe that's not your brand, and just creating something to sell because it's popular for someone else isn't going to get you the sales that you want. So remember that trends come and go. Again, what's popular for someone else may not be popular for your brand. And when you follow trends and you're constantly making the same things that other people are making that are popular right now, it creates comparison. So people are going to look at what you're selling, what someone else is selling. They're looking at your stitches, their stitches, your colors, their colors. It's a constant comparison back and forth, which one's better, which one's worse. And you're going to constantly have to compete to make yours the one people want. At the same time, you're going to have to compete on price. And you're going to have to keep lowering your price in order to stay relevant in the marketplace. That leads to burnout, because you're going to be making and not making a profit. And ultimately, following trends leads to a brand that is the same as everyone else's. We all know people who are selling very particular products that everyone is selling, and we don't know their business name, we don't know their brand, we don't know where they live or where they sell, we don't know where their online shop is. If we purchase from them, we don't know where to purchase from them again, because they all look the same. They have no messaging, they have no brand, right? They're all just like, hey, I make the same things as everyone else. Ultimately, you don't want to do that in your business, because you're just going to disappear. You're going to become like Big Lots, right? I don't know if you used to have a Big Lots in your area. Big Lots, Marshalls, discount stores that sell, off-brand stuff. We don't want that for you. We want you to be a high-end brand. So better question to ask is, what products will resonate with my ideal customer and align with my goals, right? You want to look at what your ideal customer wants, what they're willing to pay for, and what are your goals in business? What do you enjoy making? So when you look at what your customers want, what you love to make, what aligns with your long-term goals, that's where the sweet spot is. Next, unhelpful question number 3. All right, this is a tricky one, but it's important. Hey, I changed a free pattern. Can I sell it as my own now? All right, so just because you added something to a free pattern doesn't mean it's now your design. So selling it could land you in hot water, maybe legally, maybe not, but it could definitely ruin your reputation. I think we all know and can point to designers who all they do is take other people's designs, rewrite them as their own, and sell them, right? Maybe they change a stitch or two, maybe they change the striping, but like you look at it and you say, oh, hey, that's so-and-so's design reworked. Hey, that's so-and-so's design reworked. All of the products in their shop don't have any cohesion because they're all reworked patterns of someone else's designs, right? So that happens in our industry a lot. And even if it isn't copyright infringement would look like I take your pattern and I sell the exact wording of your pattern. That's copyright infringement or intellectual property issues. However, taking someone's pattern, changing it, and selling it as your own damages your credibility and makes you look like you're not a designer, right? You're just a copier. And that creates problems. And ultimately, it could create legal risks down the road. So let's just not do that. If you want to be a designer, design. All right. So what better question could you ask? So a better approach would be, how can I take inspiration and create something uniquely mine? So in the last couple of years, those pocket shawls have gone viral, right? There was one that went viral, and then a lot of people came out with pocket shawls. So they didn't take that pattern and rewrite it as their own. They saw the pattern, they saw it was going viral. Apparently people are looking for pocket shawls. So I'm going to design it in my own style. So whether it's choosing a different kind of yarn or choosing your signature stitches or choosing your signature colors and the way that you design things, whatever it is, taking that thing and then making it uniquely yours, only using that as inspiration. And even better would be to be inspired outside of the crochet industry, be inspired by the fashion industry, be inspired by the toy industry, be inspired by what you see in nature and in the world around you, rather than being inspired by other crochet designers. That would be even better. And then create something original that truly speaks your language of design, that people see it and they know it's yours. Your ideas, your style. That is the way to build a brand, and that's a way to build credibility and not be known as, oh, that designer that copies everyone else, right? You don't want to be that person. So get inspired, but don't copy, all right? Next. These are some other questions you'll see online. These might sound familiar. They're surface level questions that usually come from a place of fear or comparison. So some of those questions might be, what hashtags will make me go viral? How do I get more followers? Where can I buy the cheapest yarn? Should I use Etsy or Shopify without any context about what you're trying to do as a business? Or should I do this market that's coming up? They charge XYZ dollars to join. All of these are like surface level, haven't gone really deep into the analytics of business ownership or focusing on like what is the goal here. So better questions would look like, how do I create consistent, valuable content so I attract the right audience? How do I develop a conversion strategy so that I can turn existing followers into paying customers? How do I position my brand so that I can easily use quality materials and charge premium prices? and which platforms will best support my business so I can serve my goals and my customers, right? So this gives you looking at the goal. I don't want to use cheap yarn, right? I want to use quality yarn, and I want to charge premium prices to make it easy to use those quality yarns. So how do I position my brand to do that? I want paying customers. I don't want just followers, right? So how do I get paying customers using the followers I already have? So better questions push you into CEO territory, thinking strategically, long-term, and focus on your customer and profit. I like to use this so that method. So starting by identifying the real problem, which might be the need to attract more paying customers, the desire to make more sales, to attract your ideal customer, and then ask what needs to be done in order to resolve the problem. What do I need to do so that I get this resolution, this solution to my problem? An example would be if we go back to that question of how do I get more followers? So many people are focused on follower count, right? How do I get more followers? How do I get more followers? And yes, more followers typically does mean more sales, but not always. Before you focus on numbers of followers, focus on a strategy that turns your existing followers into paying customers. And then as you grow more followers, you grow more sales, right? So instead of just getting followers for the sake of random numbers on social media, you're actually getting customers who are paying for your business to run. You're a business owner, you need to make sales. So more followers into a broken system just means more window shoppers, not more profits. So instead of how do I get more problems with my perceived problem of not enough followers, I recognize that the real problem is not enough conversions, not enough paying customers. So a better question than how do I get more followers would be, how do I turn my existing followers into paying customers so that I can make more profit and understand what my customers truly value? All right. Do you see how that's just a better question that will get you a better solution, and you can take better action to actually grow the business that you want? So some more tips for asking better questions would look like focusing on clarity. Customers, who are they? What do they value? Your offers, what transformation your products provide, and numbers, pricing, revenue goals, expenses. When you look at these things, you'll be able to ask better questions. Better questions always point you back to your role as CEO of your business. So when you shift your questions in that direction, you get clarity that leads to action and growth. So takeaways for today's podcast, I want you to remember the quality of your business depends on the quality of the questions you ask. Start asking CEO level questions and watch how your business shifts. And if you need help with pricing or one of the big areas where people go wrong in their business, you can access some of our free resources at crochetpreneur.com/everything. That will give you a bunch of free resources to help with your business. Just remember that the better your questions, the better your answers. Stop asking the wrong questions. Start asking CEO level questions and build a stronger and more profitable business. If you want more CEO strategies, I decided today, as I was getting ready for this podcast, to make this offer available to you. So it is the Hobbypreneur to Crochet CEO Challenge. It's a replays of a 5-day challenge that we put on 2 years ago. And it's basically going to help you step into your CEO role, where you'll learn the exact steps to go from hobbyist to business owner. You'll build confidence in your role as business owner, in your products, and in your strategies. And you can join today for over 80% off the regular retail price of the course. So that is linked below. Just click on the link and it will take you over there. So it's only $27. Normally we sell it for $147. So $27, and it is on a time-based thing. So price will go up incrementally over time. So I think that it would be a really great option for you. There's a bunch of testimonials that will help you understand exactly how powerful and how impactful this course is and has been for many of our students. So if you are in CBA, I will just say that it is already included in your Crochetpreneur Business Academy membership. You will find the Hobbypreneur to Crochet CEO Challenge inside your CBA 2.0 dashboard by going down to bonus workshops, and you'll find it there. Otherwise, if you're not a Crochetpreneur Business Academy member, you can get it today for $27. All right. I want to thank you for joining me today. I want you to build your crochet business with patience, courage, and community. And remember, success in crochet isn't about getting more followers. It isn't about getting famous. It's about making sales, serving your audience, and growing a business that supports the life and the purpose that you love. All right. Let's connect. Be sure to like this video so others can see it. Subscribe if you want more crochet business tips. Share so your friends can learn too, and comment, and I will answer any questions that you have. Be sure to follow at the Crochetpreneur on social media, and go join my free Facebook group, Crochet Business Chat, Crochetpreneurs Making Money Online. You should have links in the description, and I'm going to come check out. Good morning, new friends who are watching live. Thanks for being here. If you are watching, I'm going to do this. If you are watching live, be sure to say hello and ask any questions that you have in the chat. If you're listening to the replay or watching the replay, be sure to like and comment. If you have any questions, I would love to answer them for you. And that's it for today. I will see you all again next Monday, 9 a.m. Mountain Time, 11 a.m. Eastern, for another episode of Crochet Business Chat. Thanks for being here. Bye.